They'll be going right to left, scoring in their gray jerseys, black pants, white numbers, and green trim. Gladiators in their all blue jerseys with white trim and black numbers and letters. And Noel Rivera now in quarterback position for the Vipers, as I mentioned. And now we will get football play underway after the whistle has blown. 2 out to the left, 2 out to the right. Jay Fortuna out as a wide receiver. And Stan White also back this week as well. Rivera in the shotgun formation. Looks around, thinks to do a hard count here. Rivera will take the snap, hands it off to Bruscus up the middle. He's going to go out to the far side to his right. Bruscus is now going to break to the far side, and they start at the 30. He gets a gain of about 6-7 yards there, second down and short to go coming up.
A good penetration at the side edge there. Yeah, I expect to see a lot of running tonight, you know, with all the wide receivers missing, and you know, you don't want to hurt your quarterback by having him do unnecessary long passes. So I expect to see some maybe short on the edge passes, some runs to the edge, nothing too crazy, just conservative ball play tonight.
Just got this game underway, no score, as we have just about 44-20 to go here in this first half. Just got play underway. So once again, Stan White will line up to the far side left of Noel Rivera, the quarterback. Joey Bruscus in the backfield to Rivera's left hip. Same formation again, 2 out right, 2 out left, with Bruscus in the backfield with Rivera in shotgun formation. Rivera now will take the snap. He is going to once again hand it off to Joey Bruscus up the middle. He's going to power through up the middle with a first down and much more, and he'll go into Gladiator territory at around the 44-yard line. That's a first down for the Vipers.
Nice solid run out there up the middle. Yeah, like I said, he's going to be running all night. Maybe a little passing throw, I don't know, we'll see. Just to cover my own base.
So new set of downs now for the Vipers coming up here. They're going to have the ball spotted at the 43-yard line. So Rivera in the offense getting a rhythm quickly, and we did not see that rhythm get started at all last week either. So we're looking forward to see if Rivera can keep stability with the offense, as they were having trouble with that to start last couple weeks. Same formation again. Jalen Harrison now out in the slot to the left of Rivera. Shotgun formation, 2 out left, 1 to the right, that being Jay Fortuna. Rivera shotgun formation, takes the snap, drops back. Looking to his left, he's going to have to scramble to his right. Rivera centers it, throws wide open. Jay Fortuna down the field, and it's going to be a Vipers touchdown. A 43-yard pass from Noel Rivera to Jay Fortuna, and it's 6-0 Vipers.
That was just a great, just two runs, and then why don't we run the play action? Why not? Boom, wide open Jay Fortuna in the end zone. I mean, it doesn't get much more textbook than that.
So we're just a few minutes into the game, and the Vipers get the first touchdown of the game. And the score is 6-0 in favor of the Vipers. And coming out now for the extra point. It looks like they're actually going to go for 2 points. It appears that actually Zach Criswell is not here tonight. So we will see the Vipers go for 2 points, and Noel Rivera and the offense still out on the field. So Rivera now will get up in shotgun formation. Bruscus will line up to the far right with Trips left, along with Fortuna, Harrison, and Stan White. And now Rivera shotgun, Bruscus in motion from right to left. Rivera takes a snap, rolls to his right, looks back to his left. He's going to his right again. He's going to loft it up, and the catch made there beautifully by J.C. Flynn, the tight end. 6-6 target to go for, and it's 8-0 Vipers just like that a few minutes into the ball game.
Well, you saw that the defense lined up on the with a blitz on the right side, right where Jay Fortuna was bootleg, or not Fortuna rather, where Rivera was bootlegged to, and then all they had to do was just be patient for a couple seconds, try and buy a little time scrambling, and then there you go. All the defense is right next to him. Nobody in the end zone for the very wide open player in the end zone there. So
it's 8-0 Vipers just a few minutes into the game. So now the Gladiators will take control on offense on their own 30, as we'll get the quarterback's name in just a second. That's going to be Chris Walsh. As we now are just through 4 minutes of this game, the pass complete to the far side. It's going to be second down and about 4 yards to go, excuse me. So the quarterback, Chris Walsh, starting this one for the Gladiators, 6'3", 235 pounds, and he has 7 years of experience in semi-pro football play.
That's a good resume.
That's a pretty good resume for experience, yes,
yeah,
I will say. So now the Gladiators will get back at it, as we are just about the 5-minute mark in. 2 out to the left and 1 out to the right. Walsh all alone in the quarterback position in the shotgun formation. Also plays defensive lineman at times, too. He takes a snap. Quick pass to the right. That will go to number 9, Steve Hittman, the wide receiver. Trying to run a little east-west here. And it appears the ball almost came out, actually. A couple Vipers came down to the near side to get the tackle there. And it will be enough for the first down, as the completion to Hittman is enough for that first down, as the ball will be spotted right at about the 41-yard line, or 42-yard line, excuse me.
Yep, and like I said, I believe both these teams are going to be already pretty well set going into the postseason. I expect this kind of conservative play tonight. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. Maybe some trickery, but that's about it.
So Walsh once again in the shotgun formation, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Walsh will take the snap, drop back, has to kind of face a little bit of pressure in his face, but he gets the ball off nicely, and the pass will go to his far side to the left, and taking him out are a couple Viper defenders, one of them being Shane Voigt, who we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, and that will be about a 6-yard gain, about a 7-yard gain, excuse me, as the ball is going to be placed at the 50, as the ball was caught there by number 3, Jamal Hayes, a 5'7", 230-pound running back, who also has 7 years of semi-pro experience, might I add.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
A lot of veterans on this team, for those getting to know the Racine Gladiators. So second down and a few here. Walsh fakes this pump fake, and he's going to run it up himself, slides down past the 45 into Vipers territory, so a new set of downs for the Gladiators just like that. So we're seeing the Gladiators here getting a little rhythm on offense as well, kind of doing a variety of plays, trying to mix things up, going to the far side, near side, and now with a quick run up the middle by the quarterback.
That was a good, solid pump fake, too, because I almost fell for it on my camera. He just started straight up, baseball throwing, and then all of a sudden he dove with the ball and just started running. I'm like, whoa, I got to keep up with him. So, good, solid pump fake, psychs the entire defense out.
So a new set of downs at the Viper 45. Walsh takes a snap back, faces pressure in his face. He's going to throw the deep ball downfield. And is it going to be caught? I believe it was.
Looked like it.
And
nearly intercepted, but he got it.
Getting the catch on that one for the Gladiators was, I believe, that was number 14.
Looks like it.
As we'll get the name for you in just a second. Excuse me, my apologies. It looks like it was number
18.
Number 18 that caught that. Timothy Robinson, the 6'5" wide receiver. Big target there for Chris Walsh.
Guy, yeah.
So Walsh now in deep into Viper territory. Now they're at about the 14-yard line. So now Walsh in the backfield all alone. 2 to his left, 2 to his right. Simple formation here for the Gladiators. Walsh takes a snap, looks to his right, runs up the middle, gets through a couple, and he dips it and dives, and he is not taken down. And the ball is going to be spotted inside the 10, close to the 5-yard line.
It's a turnover.
It's going to be a turnover. It's going to be a fumble, it looks like. So the Vipers got the ball back. Ref has signaled Vipers football. We could not see the fumble from our angle here on the field. But nonetheless, after a couple missing moves there by Walsh, he appeared to have lost possession. Vipers pick up on it, and it's Vipers football just like that. A big step on defense.
I won't lie. I thought I saw that ball kind of take a jump out of his hand vertically. I thought it came down with it again, but then all of a sudden I see a bunch of hands pointing the opposite direction. I'm like, maybe, and then sure enough, neighbors say the same.
So 8-0 the Vipers lead, stopping a potential score from the Gladiators as we are just about 10 minutes into this game. We have about, according to our clock, at about 37 minutes to go. The scoreboard not working tonight, so we're doing our best to keep up with the official clock as well. So we're just as accurate with it as the refs are. So Rivera, again, still quarterback here in for the Vipers. He's going to take this one himself, runs it to his left. He's looking for some blockers to the near side. He does, and he'll be taken out at about the 20-yard line, 21-yard line maybe. Nonetheless, new set of downs, though, for the Vipers.
Yeah, it was some fancy footwork by our quarterback there. Just had a guy open, called for a block, got the block, and then sidestepped the block altogether, gave him an extra at least 3 or 4 yards in that play.
So we're at about the 36-minute mark left to go here in this first half. 8-0 the Vipers lead here on SportsTownChicago.com. Ryan Fahey, Brian Stern with you here on the broadcast. Rivera all alone Joey Bruskus will join him now in the backfield in the shotgun formation. 1 out to the right, 2 to the left for Rivera in the wide receiver formation. Rivera takes the snap, will hand it off to Joey up the middle, and Joey almost tripped on his own feet, picked it up nicely, and he falls down to about the 28, 29-yard line. Not enough for the first down, but he was close to it. They're actually going to spot him maybe a little more back than I thought. It'll be about 2nd down and 3 yards to go at about the Viper 27.
Yeah, it's a good solid run up the middle. I mean, got good blocking by the front lineman, and gave him a nice big hole to go through, and got 7 yards out of it. Solid.
Same formation, it looks like once again for the Vipers. 2 out to the left, 1 to the right. Brutz gets in the backfield to Rivera's left hip. Vipers, again, going right to left here, scoring. Gladiators going left to right when they are on offense. Rivera takes a snap, looks to his left, slant route to Stan White. He has missed that target. Stan White breaks off a tackle, and he hop skips over another one. Stan White has a block down the field, and he's in the Gladiator territory. He skips another tackle, finally taken out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. Stan White, welcome back to the Vipers. We've missed you.
Holy cow, what a solid run that was. Breaking tackles right and left. Just can't stop the guy. I mean, he was just...
Can't stop, won't stop.
Just dedicated to get in that end zone, man.
Stan White, the Vipers have missed you. Welcome back to the team. Your first target from Rivera, and it's good for a good 40-yard completion, and it's deep now in a Gladiator territory off that one. What was it? He missed about 5 tackles, I counted.
I counted at least 4, probably 5, yes. I mean, he was just on that line, too. I'm impressed he didn't step out of bounds as far as he did, too. I mean, I thought he was going to jump out
at around the 30, yeah, and he ended up going to about the 18-yard line. So Rivera with great field position to work with once again off the big play there from wide receiver Stan White, making an impact early on in this game. Rivera now, he's got 2 to his left, 1 to his right, that one being Jay Fortuna. Joey Brutz gets in the backfield with Rivera at his left hip. Shotgun formation, Rivera takes a snap, looks to his left, looks for a couple blocks. He gets him, runs out to his right, down to the far side. Rivera's going to have to run it himself, staying in play, and he will be taken out of bounds inside about the Gladiator 15-yard line, so a gain of about maybe 3-4 yards on the play. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, not much going on there. Good coverage by the defense. Had sealed them all up, so when Rivera went for the boot, however, and the defense was still chasing them, it's like, what do I do now? So, not how much you can do on that, but, I mean, you gotta live with, gotta do with what you have, so, I mean, you gotta just go with it, I guess.
They're looking to see where the ball has been spotted. They have not moved the official change just yet. There was no flag on there. We actually are going to get a flag on the field. It was a very late flag, and the ref signaled offsides. A very delayed signal.
Free play, I
so
guess.
Basically a free play. Still going to be 1st down, so it's a 5-yard mark-off. So the Vipers are going to have the ball at about the 10-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and goal now for the Vipers at the Gladiator 10.
Now, they got to like that penalty there. Free play, hey, may as well try something crazy. Go for a boot. And then, whatever. Still get a 1st down and goal.
We got about 12 minutes into this one. We have about 33 minutes to go here in this first half. Rivera, shotgun formation. He's working from the Gladiator 10, trying to make this a 14-0 Viper lead. They lead right now 8-0. Rivera out with 1 to his right, 2 to his left. Brutz gets in the backfield to Rivera's left hip. And there's movement.
A jump right there.
It's a jump, and it looks like
it's going to be false start, yep.
Looks like they're going to get that on Jake Nicoline.
On the center, yep.
But not Jake Nicoline, I apologize. They're actually going to get that on Andy Jones. So that's going to bring back the 5 yards that the Vipers did gain off the offsides of the previous play. So now we're just trading field position right now.
And those are the type of penalties that you're just like, I can't believe I got that. The ones that just you're shooting yourself in the foot, those are the not the fun penalties to get. That's no good.
So the Vipers now will go back to where it started, off that offsides penalty that they gained earlier, and they brought it right back off of the miscue on the false start that was just committed. So the ball is actually still at the 10-yard line, though. So they might have called it an offsetting penalty. Maybe they just could not tell who jumped first. But either way, 1st and goal at the 10 still. Rivera takes a snap shotgun. He's facing pressure, runs out to his right. Rivera looking. He's still going to his right. And, Rivera is
almost got in.
Going to sneak in. He's going to be about a few yards short, though. About a gain of about 7 on the play. So it'll be 2nd and goal with just a few yards to go.
The way that pocket was collapsing, I'm impressed he got something out of nothing on that. I mean, that pocket was it just completely collapsed around him, and he was able to finagle his way out to the side. And, after juking one of the defenders, was able to get out there and make 7 out of it. That's a pretty impressive run right there. Hopefully, we'll be able to punch it in this next one.
2nd and goal now at about the 1-yard line is where the chain mark is at. So a lot of varieties for New Oliveira to use here in the tricks of trade, if you will. Rivera once again with Joey Brodskis in the backfield with him in shotgun formation. Fortuna lined up to the far side right. And the handoff will go to Joey Brodskis, finds the easy hole, and he will, did he get in is the other question. And they're not going to say he got in. He reached for the goal line with the football, but they're going to say he was down by contact before he reached it. Noel Rivera, the quarterback, was signaling touchdown, but it appears he did not get the touchdown just yet.
That's a shame my camera's not right in the line there. We could totally go back and review and say, oh, did he stretch? Did the nose of the ball cross the plane? But alas, it's not down there.
That's basically playing the what-if game.
That is very much a what-if game. But
So third and about inches, if you will.
very much inches.
It's about third down at the half-yard line. Third and goal if we want to do the official call of it. Two to the left, one to the right, the same formation again. Rivera's got Brodskis in the backfield with him. Rivera takes a snap. Fade route to the corner of the end zone to Stan White, overthrown, incomplete. That brings up fourth down. Greg Silsby going to take the field now for the Vipers on this one. We might want to see a power run by Greg Silsby here on fourth down.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, what do you do with this scenario? And then it's like, you know, you're up 8 points, so that's a solid touchdown and extra points. You're ahead. It's still early in the game, and you're not going to give them any better position by punting it. You may as well just knock
Might as
it
well
in.
try to go for the 6.
Go for the 6. What's the worst case scenario? You miss it, they're on the 1. So
Silsby
not
now
bad.
in the position where Joey Brodskis was, and to Rivera's left hip in the shotgun formation. Stan White, Fortuna, Jalen Harrison trips to the left. Fourth down and inches to try to score. Rivera's going to take it himself, and he will get in, and that is another Vipers touchdown. Noel Rivera scoring from about the 1-yard line. It is 14-0 Chicago Vipers.
You gotta love that trickier on that. Let's overload the left side. All right, let's bring in a big heavy guy from the line, and let's see if we can't get all the attention on him. And then we'll just sneak in with the quarterback. I mean, it's just classic misdirection leading to points. Because it's classic.
So 14-0 the score in favor of the Vipers. We're about 16 minutes in. And the 2-point conversion is on for the Vipers. Zach Criswell is unavailable tonight, the kicker for the Vipers. A lot of guys are unavailable tonight. We'll get to that in just a moment after this play. Silsby in motion. He's in shot. He's back in the position with Rivera. Now out to the left. Rivera is gonna. He wanted to run it in himself. He's got to do a quick route to the back, and catching that is gonna. It's gonna be. It would be considered an interception, but the pass goes incomplete. 2-point conversion unsuccessful. Score will remain 14-0 in favor of your Chicago Vipers. Let's get to this once again. So, Josh Hampton, not here.
Nope.
Eli Williams, gone.
Nope.
Zach Criswell, who I mentioned, not available tonight.
Nope.
The Waddis brothers, Tommy, who is still nursing the injury, hopefully can come back in the second week of the playoffs if the Vipers advance that far. He's still out.
Winning the first
pending.
game.
Frank Waddis, not available. And the Kemp brothers, Joel and Med, who had a big game last week against the Swarm, not available tonight either.
It's crazy seeing all these weapons out, and the Vipers still up 14-0. You just gotta wonder when these guys all get back together, how crazy powerful will this team be? You know,
It's scary.
yeah,
It's scary.
So
good
much
in a way.
possibility.
We're about 16 minutes into this game played. We have about 26 minutes to go or so, as the catch there from Clark to number 18, Timothy Robinson, once again. That connection seems to be working so far. That's a big gain. It's a gain of about 20 yards on the first play there. So
Well, it's hard to miss a 6'5" target, and especially when you've got good hands like that. I mean,
it was a 21-yard
I'm
completion.
surprised we're not hitting that all night, or they're not hitting that all night.
So now Clark, with help in the backfield in shotgun formation, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Clark takes a snap, drops back, looking. He's got protection. He looks to the near side, overthrows his man, incomplete. And it'll bring up second down. Pass was intended for number 9, Steve Hittman, the 5'10", 180-pound wide receiver with 3 years of experience in semi-pro football.
Yeah, that pocket was just all around him. Not very easy to see anything. I'm impressed he got it out as easily as he did. But yeah, he just straight up overthrew, you know. It happens.
So a second down now coming up for the Gladiators as even though the chains have not signaled second down yet, though. Unless there was a penalty, but we did not hear signal of one.
And they haven't moved, so...
They think they just need to change it to second down.
I'm thinking they just aren't changing it to second.
Which is very interesting.
I'm sure the linesman will tell them. Someone will tell them. Yep,
And now there we go. There we go.
Our OCD is now satisfied.
Clark once again in shotgun formation with a man to his left hip, 2 out to his left, 1 to his right. Clark looks around, surveying the Vipers' defense from his eyes. Clark takes the snap, fakes the handoff, tries to run it up, and taken down on the play. Give credit on the sack to number 95, James Fountain, the 6'2", 285-pound big guy.
I thought at first he missed him because he just went for it for the legs, and I'm like, oh, that's not how you tackle. But then he just got just enough of a hold on him that he was able to wrap him up, and as he was doing his stunt, eat him up, and hopefully he'll keep doing that.
Jared Allen, if you will, just a
Vintage
parody
Jared
in a
Allen.
way. So 3rd down and about 15 to go. It was a loss of about 5 yards on the sack from James Fountain. So a lot to work with here for the Gladiators to try to convert this 3rd down. You can give up possession on 4th down in the Gridiron Football League as well, might I add. Clark shotgun formation. Fountain's coming after him again. Quick screen pass to the running back, and he's going to be taken down right at about midfield. He crossed into Viper territory at about the 48. Still going to be a long 3rd down, but it appears that the Gladiators will give up possession and do the quote-unquote punt, if you will, as there is no punting in the Gridiron Football League. But if you give up possession, you give up at least about 35 yards, according to what I read. So nonetheless, it's like a punt, but without the actual kick.
A good average punt, yes. But, you know, the offense is still out there. I don't know what they're thinking quite yet. Are they gonna? I wonder if they are going to go out there or not.
It was a gain of about 5, 6 yards.
There's a penalty down.
There was a flag, and
I didn't even see a flag.
It's against the Vipers. It was a late flag, so they're going to repeat 3rd down. So
Plus
it's
10 probably.
Plus
yeah.
10, so...
Oh, no, sorry, plus 5.
So
I misread that.
They might have got an offsides that was not called. That's the second time we've noticed that tonight, where an offsides-like penalty was a little late on the whistle for it.
It's tricky.
So it's about 3rd down and 8 now for the Gladiators in Viper territory at about the 47. Clark stakes the snap, rolls to his right. He's taken down as he throws it, and it's going to be picked off by the Vipers. Going to be picked off by number 41, Anthony Bellafor, the 6'2 linebacker. Haven't mentioned his name much this season. Glad we're mentioning it now in the final week. He gets the big interception. And the Vipers, just when you think the Gladiators might have something going on offense, the Vipers defense is saying otherwise. They want that home field advantage next week in the round 1 of the playoffs.
No kidding. That was just great heads-up play. I mean, tipped in the air, the receiver lost it, and then the linebacker looked up and goes, oh, there's the ball right there. Slid on his knees, got it, down by contact. But you know what? That is great heads-up ball, and that makes your defensive players just all the more excited that they got off the field and didn't cough up the 6 points.
Jen Fortuna, the statistician for the Chicago Vipers, and the newly engaged Jen, might I add, to quarterback Jay Fortuna. We found out of the announcement last week. I always talk to Jay before the game. He doesn't say, hi, how are you? How's your week been? How was your 4th? Nope, I'm engaged.
Yep.
It's a good way, a good conversation
that's going to make her happy. Just like, yeah, it doesn't, nothing
well,
else
we told her
matters.
about that in the booth last week, and she was cracking up like crazy about that one. Speaking of Jay, he is lined up as a receiver right now, as Noel Rivera is still out there as quarterback, so it'll be his 3rd series of the game. Rivera thought he was only going to be out for 2, so something must have changed. Nonetheless, though, Jamie Wyatt on the carry there, and that is going to be close to the 1st down. They got the ball at their own 42. They cross right at about midfield, so they'll get the ball for 2nd down and a few to go at the the Gladiators, about 49-yard line.
Yeah, just good solid run up the middle, good blocking again. I mean, yeah, I love the offensive line of the Vipers. They're just creating lanes and just making it nice and simple for those running backs. All the running back had to do was shrug off one guy, and he was able to get through that line fairly easily.
About 23 minutes played into this one right now, as these are 45-minute halves with running clocks. We do not have an official scoreboard, though, so we're going off the best clock we can. Rivera's still quarterback here. He's got Jamie Wyatt in the backfield with him. Handoff goes to Jamie Wyatt, and met in the backfield right away. That's going to be a loss of a good 3 yards on the play there. And we'll get the word on who just made the tackle for loss in just a second. Either way, good stop there by the Gladiators on defense.
Yeah, just good penetration. I mean, just when I was praising the offensive line of the Vipers, they just go and the Gladiators just go on through, blitz through, and just get a good solid initial hit, and then a good follow-through tackle on the running back. And just good solid defensive linemanship.
So that brings the Vipers back into their own territory now at about the 47-yard line. Third down and about 7 to go. So Rivera and the offense has got some yards they need to get back. Rivera will take the snap, fake the hand up to Wyatt. Rivera's looking around, looking, rolling to his right. Has to spin around, staying on his feet, though. He dodges a couple bullets there. Rivera's still on his feet, looking for some blockers. He gets them, and he's running up, and, oh, he's going to be close to the first down mark. He just crossed the 50, but he appears that he will be just short.
I'm impressed that with all that running and dodging and weaving, yeah, I'm like, there's no injuries and there's no holding. And just as I look, there's a guy on the ground. There's a Gladiator on the ground.
Yeah, it looks to appear that the wind was knocked out of him walking off on his own power.
He's getting up. That's, I mean, you know, you hope he's all right, but then he's getting up and you're like, oh, yeah, he's fine. The trainers are like, oh, yeah, he's fine.
So it's going to be fourth down right at midfield, so it would be about 2 yards for the Vipers to try to convert for here.
What would you do, Coach Fahey?
Coach Fahey says go for it.
Go for it? You know, you
build
got
on the 14-0 lead early.
You got points, and you're midway through the field. I mean,
and they're staying out there. The offense is staying out there with Noel Rivera and Jay Fortuna. So
it's how bad do you want to get home field advantage at this point? Because
if they lose, they go to Wisconsin. If they win, they'll be at Melrose next week.
Yeah.
And we know the kickoff for next week will be once again at 9 p.m. So a little bit of a later start next week as well. But we'll have that for you here on SportsTownChicago.com. So Rivera now, fourth down and about 2 to go. They're going to go for it. Ball is right at about the 49 of the Gladiators. Rivera all alone in the backfield, 2 to the left and 2 to the right out in the receivers' positions, respectively. Rivera now takes the snap, drops back, looking. He's going to roll to his right. He flies up the middle, and that will be caught and will be converted for the first down there. As on the catch there was number 77, David Rose, the 6'2 lineman, playing eligible as a wide receiver, and that puts them deeper into Gladiator territory. First down, Vipers.
That was just a great, solid, just misdirection. Just throw a bunch of receivers everywhere, have them be tangled up, and then have one guy just stand there, be wide open. Sure enough, he knew where he was going to be, Fortuna knew where he was going to be. No, not Fortuna, rather. He knew where he was going to be, Rivera was, and then got it in there. Solid first down play.
I've just been receiving word that today is Jamie Wyatt's 19th birthday.
Holy smokes.
Happy birthday, Jamie. You're my age. Welcome to the club.
Man, I can't even remember when I was 19. That was so long ago.
4 years. Calm down.
I'm such an old
New
man.
set of downs, though, as the ball is at the 43 of the Gladiators. Rivera all alone shotgun again. Kind of doing a hard count here. Rivera now takes the snap. Hands it. Oh, he's going to fake the hand off to Jamie Wyatt. Excuse me. Rivera going to run his left. Tries to shed off a tackle, and he will be taken down inside the 40 to at the 38. So about a second down and 5 to go here for the Vipers coming up.
You know, for a quarterback, Rivera's got a good, solid run, you know. I mean, running quarterbacks, you know, some of them are really good. Some of them are just, you know, like good scramblers in a pinch. Rivera's just had a good, solid run.
I still find it hard to believe that the message I just received, Jamie Wyatt's only 19. He's my age.
Youngin'.
Youngin', and you know what? I'm okay with it. The young generation represents the 90s kids. Where are you at? Second down and 5 now.
I don't even consider myself a 90s kid.
You don't?
Nah, well, I mean, I kind of when you go to high school, so I was more of an early 2000s kid. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
Nonetheless, though, the handoff goes to Jamie Wyatt, Mr. Birthday Boy, down to the far side, breaks a couple tackles, enough for the first down and more inside the Gladiators 25. They'll spot him right at about the 20-yard line. So a nice run there by Jamie Wyatt to his right side to the far sideline. And a new set of downs once again for the Vipers.
Again, a good solid run, great blocking, and then the runners on the Vipers offense are just strong runners. You know, they can get guys on their shoulders and still carry them 2 or 3 yards after the contact. You gotta love it when your runners can do that.
So new set of downs at the 20-yard line exactly, as Jamie Wyatt will stay in the backfield with Noel Rivera. Stan White out to the far right of Rivera and as a wide receiver. Jay Fortuna to the far left. Inside is number Well, we'll get the number in just a second. Either way, Rivera in shotgun formation, 2 left, 1 to the right. Rivera takes a snap, drops back, up the middle, pass!
Oh,
Almost
nearly
completed to
intercepted.
Frederick Cornely, who I was trying to look for on my sheet just a second ago, as the slot receiver went up the middle, almost caught it for a touchdown to make it a 20-0 lead, but nonetheless, it will stay 14-0 Vipers right now.
Honestly, he's lucky that didn't get picked off. That defender,
That was close.
That safety got in there, snuck in there, and got hands on it. It just bounced right off. So it was almost one of those type moments where it's just your heart takes
Would you call it a bad throw or a bad route ran?
I would probably say bad route because, well, you know, I don't know, because it was a short throw too. I bet it was a combination therein. You know, it wasn't a great route, wasn't a great throw, and it was good heads-up defense is what it was.
Rivera once again shotgun formation. Jamie Wyatt to his left hip. Jay Fortuna out moves wide receiver to the far right. Rivera takes a snap. Flags are a-flying. And it looks like we're going to have a false start, so that'll back up the Vipers 5 yards. And it will be a false start, so it'll be 2nd down and 15 now for the Vipers coming up.
Kind of a chilly night out tonight, you know?
A little bit of a cool night here. The polar vortex took its effect here at the beginning of the week here in the Chicagoland area, so it's a very cool night for July. You actually might want to bring a sweater out if you're going out tonight, so we're out here at the Waukegan Sports Complex here in Waukegan, Illinois. Ryan Fahey, Brian Sturm, who has been a tremendous cameraman all season long for us, hopping with me here on the broadcast for the regular season finale. The playoffs start next week. It's whether we go to Wisconsin or Melrose Park is where we find out after this game. So Rivera takes a snap once again, same formation. Rivera's looking to his left, and to the far side, it's Frederick Cornely, and it's going to be in for a Vipers touchdown. Frederick Cornely with the catch from 25 yards away from Rivera. Gets it into the end zone. It's 20-0 Vipers.
That was just a great route. Good heads up route by the Quarterly there. And then way to go Rivera for picking it up, seeing him, hitting him in stride no less, and then just trucking it for the last 2 or 3 yards. Like I was saying, these runners are strong, and they can get it in after they get hit. So, good just all-around play right there.
We're about a half hour into this first half, having about 15 minutes to go here in this first half. Once again, 2-point conversion coming up here for the Vipers. Zach Criswell, the kicker, not available for tonight's game. Hopefully we'll see him next week for the playoffs in week 1 of the playoffs next week. Whether the location to be determined, as Rivera now and the offense trips left, 1 to the right for the 2-point conversion attempt. Rivera all alone in the backfield right now. 20-0 the score in favor of the Vipers. Cornely in motion behind the quarterback. He's going to take the snap. Rivera tries to run up, spins out of the pocket, spins out of a tackle, might I add. Rivera is going to do a toss-up to Jamie Wyatt, and they're going to say he caught it.
Did he catch it?
They're going to say he caught it, and they might want to discuss this one.
Yeah, because
he
was
caught it
really
with his
close.
Caught it with his feet down, and then it got popped out, and then Jay Fortuna right behind him did not catch it, as he thought the signal was already given for a 2-point conversion that was successful. So hold on a second here on this call.
How about that breakaway tackle, though? Way to not get sacked by...
It's what made the play still
yeah,
alive,
was, oh my gosh, that was unreal.
So Jay Fortuna and Noel Rivera right there to hear this call. We'll get the call in a second, and it appears that they are going to waive it as incomplete. So they're going to say it was not a complete possession to the ground. So the score will remain 20-0 in favor of your Chicago Vipers. This is your home for Chicago Vipers football. SportsTownChicago.com. Ryan Fahey, Brian Sturm with you. And Brian Sturm has been our tremendous cameraman, as I just mentioned earlier, joining me on the broadcast for the regular season finale. Doing tremendous work for us for the station. Cannot thank you enough, sir.
Hey, my pleasure. My pleasure. It's fun to hang out and watch football in the middle of summer. I won't lie, it's kind of weird, but it's all right.
Gets that feeling of Friday Night Lights that we're out here tonight, like as you would see in high school football.
Definitely.
Clark will hand this one up the middle, and it will be taken down the tackle by Griggs. It looks like it was going to be a late flag is going to come in. Looks like Shane Voigt on the tackle there. Flags flying after the play, though. Might have an unnecessary roughness call against the Vipers,
I'm guessing
though.
that was some sort of unnecessary roughness of some kind. That hit looked initially hard, and then another guy seemed to fly in there out of nowhere. And hard to say. The officials are facing the opposite direction from where we're standing, so it's going to be a tricky view for us. We'll do the best we can, though, obviously.
So they're sorting out the flags right now. One official is actually saying it could be offsetting penalties on the preliminary conversation that's taking place on the field right now. So off that run, the ball is actually spotted at the 34-yard line as we await word, and it looks like it's going to be against the Gladiators. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike call. So either way, it's going to be an unsportsmanlike, looks like, against both teams. So the ball is basically going to be a redo.
That's always a fun happenings. Just like, you know what? Both of you guys did terrible that play with a stupid penalty. Let's just redo the whole thing.
Yeah, so it's
Why not?
It's a redo. 1st and 10 at the 30. So we'll
Like a backyard football rule right there. This is stupid. Let's just redo
Clark
it.
takes the snap, hands it off to his left side, and running that one there for the Gladiators was number 3, Jamal Hayes. So gets a gain of just about 4 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 6 now.
You know, they're hitting the edges. I mean, they've been running all night pretty much, except for like 2 or 3 of those long bombs just to kind of offset the running. I mean, this is going to be a really run-heavy game, I imagine. Just no reason to hurt yourself this late in the season. So just nice, light little runs to the outside. Step outside if you can.
Glad you're with us on this late night edition of Vipers football. 2nd and 6 as Clark in shotgun formation. Hayes to the right hip, excuse me. As he gets the handoff up the middle, he goes. It's enough for the 1st down and gets about a few extra yards as well, though he was taken down at about his own 43-yard line. New set of downs coming up for the Gladiators.
That's another good strong run right up the middle there. Off to the side just a bit, but just pretty much up the middle. I think I saw him carrying at least 2 Viper defenders on that one before he got taken down by the 3rd. So nice, good, solid, strong run there.
So first down and 10, excuse me, at about the 43-yard line. Jay Fortuna checking off the field right now to get a breather. So Clark and Hayes in the backfield, quarterback, running back respectively. Handoff once again will go to the Hayes to the right side and taken down right away by a couple Vipers, in particular Greg Silsby on that play. So good effort there by Greg Silsby, the linebacker / lineman for the Vipers. Gain of just about 2 yards. So 2nd down and 8 to go at the Gladiators 45. So 2nd and 8 to go, with 1 to the right, 2 to the left, with Hayes in the backfield with Clark. Or Walsh, excuse me. I keep saying Clark. Walsh. Chris Walsh to the snap right, and big hit there by Shane Voigt, and he's going to get called for it. Shane Voigt is going to get called for the late hit, and that's a big penalty against the Vipers, and it puts the Gladiators in tremendous position.
I know I'm not one to show favoritism towards any one team, let me tell you now, but that looked like it was way uncatchable, and the only reason that it's a penalty is because he was up in the air, maybe defense. And that's the only reasoning I can think of behind that. That was pass interference has to be a
So is that the nicest
reasonable
way? So is that the nicest way to say you don't like the call?
I do not agree with the call, to put it politely.
So that is going to be a big mark there against the Vipers. It's going to be a pass interference call against Shane Voigt. As the score is 20-0 in favor of the Vipers. So we have about 12 minutes left to go in this game. Or this first half, excuse me, not this game. About 12 minutes to go in this first half. And it looks like a sideline warning is going to be given to the Vipers as the refs and the coaches are having a little bit of a jaw fight here. Our camera guy Brian Sturm is getting full throttle on that one.
I'm not, I mean, he's explaining it was an unnecessary roughness. He was in the air and kind of like slammed him down. I understand why. It's just, I don't know. The defense gets no breaks. I'm a defensive-minded guy. No breaks for the defense. But that's all right, you know. The Vipers have a nice solid lead. Let's see if they can't hold on to it. See if the defense can't be clutch now as they're deep inside of their territory now.
As we're waiting word, as there might be an issue with the chain link. Actually, there's a couple. There's a lot of people actually surrounding the chain link. Even Frederick Cornely helping out the guys, helping out the volunteers that work these games. So I don't know what we got going on here, but it's obviously a delay in the action. Either way, while we do have that delay in the action, let's just quickly recap where these teams are at coming in standings-wise. Vipers are tied with the Waukesha Raiders in the National Conference. Vipers are 6-3 coming in here with scoring 255 points, allowing 157, 98 points as the difference if you're doing the math at home.
That's not too shabby.
Vipers are 2-2 at home, 4-1 on the road, and 3-3 in conference play. This is an interconference matchup just to make note of. Over to the American Conference now, the Racine Gladiators are tied with the Madison Wolves for third place in the American Conference. The Gladiators scoring 218 points on the season, allowing 244, minus 26 points differential, once again, if you keep the score at home. Gladiators 2-2 at home, 2-3 on the road, 2-5 in conference play.
Not as nice, but not too shabby still.
And as we look forward to the playoffs for next week, we have been told that it's going to be the Swarm and the Chaos next week out at Melrose Park, according to what we were given earlier this evening. So the Chaos will be the first of the doubleheader at Melrose Park next week, but we'll provide the second game. The Vipers, if they win tonight, they will be in Melrose Park at 9 o'clock next Friday night.
Do we know who they're playing yet?
That we don't know. We all have to see how the Week 10 plays out. The Chaos, meanwhile, looking to go 10-0 on this season, making it go a perfect regular season. They've beat the Vipers twice this season. They beat them 3 weeks ago and in the regular season opener.
They're a good team to watch. Very good, solid team to watch. Very talented team to be observing, and there will be a threat in the postseason. That's for sure.
So after fixing the chain links, now it's 1st and 10 at the Viper 40 for the Gladiators. Clark steps up, throws to the far side, and the pass will be dropped incomplete to the far corner. It was a deep ball throw. It'll be 2nd down coming up. Pass was intended for Steve Hittman.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Just throw a curveball in there, try and get in deep. You only with the running clock and that chain delay. I mean, you probably lost like 3-4 minutes on that whole last couple plays.
I believe they stopped the clock for that, actually.
I didn't hear a whistle. So
we did not hear a whistle.
Our silly clock here is still running. We're under 5 here, but they're probably got a little more time over there. It's all good.
So 2nd down and 10 now for the Gladiators on the Viper 40-yard line. 20-0 the score in favor of your Chicago Vipers. This is your home for Chicago Vipers football, SportsTownChicago.com. Ryan Fay, Brian Stern with you here on the regular season finale broadcast. We will be back next week for Vipers playoff football. We just don't know when and where just yet. It will all be determined after tonight's end. And once we know the information, we'll have that posted on our homepage on SportsTownChicago.com. What time we will be on as well. And it appears we have a timeout on the field. I believe the Gladiators called the timeout.
I never saw hands. I heard a whistle, but I thought
heard
it was
a
for
whistle.
Yeah, so.
Nonetheless, though, as we do have a moment in the action, Brian, I want to invite you in onto this topic. We have been covering the Vipers since the beginning of, I believe it's been April.
Yes.
Or no, May.
May, yeah.
Since
May.
about May. So it's been about a good 3.5 months we've been covering this team. What's the one thing you've enjoyed about this team the most?
Hard to say. This team is just really entertaining to watch. I mean,
on and off the field.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. They have a great chemistry together. They have a great leadership. They have a fun time while they're out there. And even if you're getting beat, they just have a fun time. And that's all sports is about, really, is having fun. So going back to my Little League days on that one.
2nd down and 10 up for the Gladiators at the Viper 40. Handoff, it will go to number 21, David Lopez, to the left side, but he's going to be taken down right away. Doesn't get much on it. Maybe a gain of about 5 yards. It'll bring him to the Viper 35. 3rd down and 5 coming up.
There we go. Good solid run up the side there. Just trying to get this game going. The center's doing a great job keeping the ball right on the quarterback's waist. I'm noticing that about this league is
I believe they just said 2 minutes are left in this first half also.
Which makes our clock pretty accurate, actually.
How about us?
How about that?
So taking the snap, Chris Walsh, and it's going to be almost picked off, and it is
Oh, he
picked.
grabbed it.
It's going to be a catch by Steve Hittman, actually. To my angle, I thought Shane Voigt had the interception, but it's going to be Steve Hittman with the grab. Timeout will be called by the Gladiators. I believe that will be their second timeout, as we are, again, just with a few minutes left to go in this first half, with the Vipers 20 and the Gladiators having no points scored as of now. What a juggling play there,
What
if
a
you
grab.
will.
I mean, I didn't have a great
Hittman
angle on it, but
Hittman was on the ground when the ball fell down to him.
He was sitting, and he just was like,
Don't mind if I
football gods were like, here, have a football. And he's like, okay, I have a football. Hooray. It was just great heads-up awareness by Pittman, and it was just a great snag altogether. Almost intercepted, like you say, Fahey. It was just inches away from his finger.
So
Fingers. Not single finger. Fingers.
Anywho.
Anyway.
The Gladiators now have a new set of downs inside the Viper 20. We just have a few minutes left to go here in this first half. Score is still 20-0 in favor of the Vipers, as the clock has now resumed off the whistle. And now it's Chris Walsh, the quarterback, 2 to his left, 1 to his right. He's rolling to his right. Fortuna trying to chase him. It will go to Hayes. Hayes will be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Jamal Hayes on the grab there from the screen pass, if you will. So it'll be second down and about 5 to go. Second down, maybe 4 to go, I should say, for the Gladiators. They're trying to score for the first time tonight. Takes the snap. It's deflected, and it was kind of batted backward. You know, it was kind of batted in a way where it kind of, if it wasn't deflected, it would have maybe been even farther behind the end zone into the concession area.
Probably. It was going really hard, really high. It's amazing that the Lions got up there and blocked it so easily as they did. It's a shame there wasn't a linebacker in the air just to be all, oh, hey, there's a ball in the air. I'll snag it. Do the trip drill. But
Jamie
anyway.
Wyatt now checking into the game for defense right now. Jay Fortuna will go take a breather. So Chris Walsh, the quarterback now, all alone in the backfield. He's got 2 to his right and 2 to his left as wide receivers to go with here. As we are dwindling the clock as the snap is taken. Snap is given, thrown, and it's going to be caught right at the... They're going to say it was incomplete.
Incomplete. So. Yeah, it bounced right off of his chest onto the ground, and he tried to sell it by grabbing it right away, and hopefully no one would notice it, but the Zebras were like, yeah, you dropped it.
So it is going to be 4th down now.
So now, if you're the Gladiators,
you go for it.
You got to go for it.
I think automatically you go for it. Coach Thurham?
You know, I'm a very conservative guy.
You are defensive-minded.
I am very defensive-minded. I tend to trust defense. I probably would go for 3 this far behind and this late in the game. But
either way, they're going for it. Here's the snap. Chris Walsh rolling to his right, and he is going nowhere.
And that's why you consider the field goal sometimes.
Jimmy Burns will get credit for the sack, as that will be doing it for the first half, as both teams will, I believe it won't be first half. We might have a couple seconds left remaining. So neither way, though, the Vipers are going to come back on offense one last time before this half will end.
We'll see if they can't do some last-minute damage, before the half.
Last-minute damage, we are not sure. We might find out momentarily, though. So the ball will be placed at the 20-yard line to start this possession for the Vipers on offense as they get another stop. We saw last week compared to this week, the Vipers could not get any defensive stops on 3rd or 4th down at all last week.
No.
That has been reversed mightily tonight.
Very much so. And their defense is just doing a great job of containing the offense.
Rivera's still staying in as quarterback, might I add. He thought he was only I was told that he was only going to be in for just a few snaps here tonight. But he is staying in it for the long haul this first half. And we have whistles blowing, flags are flying, and it looks like the Vipers are going to be backed up 5.
Maybe Rivera's thinking, hey, I'm not getting pressured too badly. The O-line's doing a great job containing. maybe I'll play in another series. And then he just, it's like a little kid going to before bed. You know, like, I think I can stay up another 5 minutes. Why not? Next thing you know, it's 2 in the morning and you're on YouTube and you're like, how did I get here? And so, I mean, you never know. Maybe he's just, I got this. I got this. I would be surprised if he's in the second half, though, at quarterback.
I would, and we talked about that before the game with him, and he said there was no shot that he would be playing in the second half at all. Jay Fortuna would be taking the snaps at quarterback, but Noel Rivera said he would be taking snaps as a wide receiver, might I add.
Yeah, so we'll still see him, obviously, but yeah, we'll definitely be in a different place and different role on this offense.
So Rivera takes the snap, and we might have another false start, and we will.
Wow, that's just shooting. That's going to drive an offensive coach nuts right there. Just shooting yourself in the foot twice in a row like that. I mean, at this point, at this late in the half, it's not a huge deal, but at the same time, it's.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
So first down and 20 to go.
That's a long 20. They're right up against their end zone.
They are on their own 15-yard line. So Rivera once again all alone in the backfield in shotgun formation, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Jalen Harrison, the slot receiver, to Rivera's left. High snap, Rivera corrals it, and he is going to go nowhere. The Gladiators' defensive line just broke through. No problem. Rivera goes down for a sack, and more damage done, and that is going to be... There's going to be 5 seconds left. We have just received...
Timeout.
There's going to be a
timeout,
but there's 5 seconds left by the Gladiators. So that brings up a long way to go for the Vipers to throw a Hail Mary.
You got to wonder like how hard they're going to try this play. At this point, I'd be like, man, let's just do a run. Let's get out of here. Let's regroup. Let's call some gameplay together and just... This half is over. We've won this already. Don't even worry about it.
Well, no victories are ever guaranteed. Let's just make that a point.
Very true.
We saw last week it was 18-3 Swarm. Vipers came back for 13 unanswered points. Almost coming back with the game-winning drive, but they fell just short. So Rivera once again staying in it. It is a long...
they just straight
they decided to take the snap and that'll be it.
Call it a day.
So the first half will end on that note. The Vipers have the 20-0 lead over the Racine Gladiators, who have had many chances at times, Brian, to score, but the Vipers' defense has said otherwise.
And it's just good, solid defense, too. I mean, it's not for lack of